Hello everyone, and welcome to the RR11 Grand Finals. Hope you're all ready for a great match. I have with me today Nezuko Chan, OhShitMan. I have Adam. We have SpottheCat and Davidredsox. Yeah, they will guide you with me through today, and we'll be casting in teams of 2, but we'll see that later. For now, though, okay, perfect. We have technical issues. Stream can't hear any of you, so that was perfectly pointless. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Voice chat. Okay, let's see. Is that better?
Hello.
Yes. Okay, perfect. We can hear everyone. Okay, so you will hear my co-casters one by one. We don't do that introduction again, but everyone's here. You heard who's going to be casting today, and yeah. But now we have just under 10 minutes left till the first map starts. First of all, we have who are those 2 finalists we have today? We have Phanium and SpottheCat. Maybe Osh want to tell us a bit about Phanium.
Yeah, first of all, Phanium and TimeCube.
Oh, sorry, what did I say?
SpottheCat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wish I was playing in the finals.
Yes, of course.
Oh god, I gotta start practicing.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, Phanium. If you go to the RR stats page of Phanium, you'll see just a long list of victories. He is a fierce player in this competition and most other competitions as well. He's Hitman Bingo, Map Royale, Sasa Roulette, everything. He just keeps winning. So I wouldn't be surprised if he will do quite well today.
Yeah, that does sound like Phanium. But yeah, important for everyone who might not be like watching every match, so more of casual viewers, so you'll who is here facing in the final today. And maybe Nezuko, want to tell us a bit about who TimeCube is?
TimeCube's been around. I think he started in Real Rivals World Cup, and from there he got to near the finals. He came third place. What is surprising a rookie that good, and it's surprising how good TimeCube has been in this Real Rivals as well, making it to the finalists at this point. He's played amazing, and yeah, he's a really good person and amazing player in the Real Rivals, and yeah, he's really good, honestly. But he deserves to get to the finals. Well, after all his hard work, and yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how these 2 go against each other. And TimeCube will be, it's going to be quite interesting to see these 2 as well.
Yeah, I think as you mentioned, it's very interesting that TimeCube is only his 2nd tourney because he, in Roulette World Championship he got already 3rd, so and now it's his final. So yeah, but we do really still have that bit of a very very experienced player versus a bit of a newer generation player, but that should be very exciting. But yeah, that's so much for the players. Now, as you also said, it's been a long tourney, and both have worked very hard and won a lot of matches to get here. So maybe Adam, want to tell us a bit about how Phanium got to the finals?
Yep. For Phanium, so he started this pretty strong. So first of all, you guys hear me well, actually?
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. So for Phanium, he started pretty well. He was in winner bracket round 2 immediately. He was faced against OhShitMan. He beat him 6-0. And then he advanced to the 3rd round where he beat In For Fun in 3 maps to 2 maps. It was really close and tense. Then he clean swept Blythe in the 4th round, making his way to the 5th round, beating Mika in 6-2, and winning in the semifinals versus Graffi, who was like an amazing player, and he clean swept him. Amazing job, and he definitely deserves to be in the final. I think he's one of the strongest players.
Yeah, it's really hasn't lost the match. Hasn't really. I mean, besides the match with Infofun, who is our first world champion, hasn't really ever been in danger to lose a match. So very dominant performance here from Phanium. On the other hand, David, remember you want to tell us about how TimeCube got here?
Yeah, for sure. So TimeCube, he pretty quickly ended up in the losers bracket, but let's see, where's he at? Let's see. So he in the first round he actually beat you, Yini, 2-6. But then lost in a really close match to Mika. I remember casting that one. That was really close. And at that time, I predicted that he would do really well, and obviously, very clearly has. He went on to beat Ashton in another close match, but then went faced Rusty and 6-0'd him. Sparkles was 2-6. Then Joker J, another close match, 4-6, and then a rematch between you and TimeCube. He won that one 6-4. So a lot of actually really close matches, but always coming out on top. Finally, he beat. Oh wait. Oh, whoops! I went the wrong way. Hang on. Sorry. Sorry. He beat Channel Joined 1-7, and then faced Infrafun. That was his close match. Then he beat Mika in a clean sweep, and then in the losers bracket semifinal, he beat Reaper 6-4. That was a close match. And then in the losers bracket final to make it here, he beat Scruffy, and again 6-4. So even though I went the wrong way, it's still a lot of close matches this tournament. And yeah, we'll have to see what he can pull out today against Phanium.
Indeed, I think so too. I think very impressive loser bracket run. A lot of close matches, but very great performance from him. Now that we've seen that, let's go back and see. We should be only mere minutes away. What we do have bit of time left to talk about is the maps, because we, other than all other matches before the final, where there's always random maps and players pick one map only, here every map gets pick or banned, and we have so each player here picked 4 maps. We will, in between maps, we will also see the overview of that. But maybe SpottheCat can tell us a bit about the map choices here.
Yeah, I think very straightforward map choices for both players. Phanium, of course, picking Haven. As you can see from the record there, he's 13-4, so obviously a very strong map for him. TimeCube, meanwhile, picking Mendoza, which is well known as one of Phanium's weaker maps. Whereas TimeCube has done very, very well in all the Mendoza matches he's played in this tournament. Paris, I'm not sure how good TimeCube or Phanium is on Paris, but for Sapienza, that is again one of Phanium's weaker maps, so it makes sense that TimeCube would pick that. And then Phanium comes back with the Santa Fortuna pick, which is again one of his strongest maps. Then Hokkaido from TimeCube, New York from Phanium, and Berlin from TimeCube. Meanwhile, the bands are Scale, the Phanium band Scale, TimeCube band Dubai, Phanium band Bangkok, TimeCube band Colorado, Phanium band Marrakesh, TimeCube band Whittleton, and Phanium band Mumbai, and TimeCube band Dartmoor. So, yeah, again, I think they're just banning some of each other's strongest maps. As also maps they generally just don't like to play. And I think the highlights from that are Phanium doesn't like to play Marrakesh or Mumbai, so he banned those, and TimeCube banned Whittleton, which is another of Phanium's strongest maps.
Yeah, thank you for running us down that. But I think it's very interesting. As you said, I think Phanium and TimeCube do have quite similar map pools. But as you said, there are a few standout maps that they can pick. For example, here, the first map you see at the bottom of the screen, 13-1 performance for Phanium. That, of course, is quite a strong indicator why he would pick that map. But we are only 20 seconds away. And yeah, but thanks everyone for talking us through the match in advance. And now Nezuko and I will take the first 2 maps, and we'll see everyone else or hear everyone else later. So the spin is already here. Nezuko, do you want to read it out?
Yeah, sure. So we do have Tyson Williams drowning as a resort staff, Stephen Bradley, a boarding object as a villa guard, and Lamina Petrova, a scalpel as in the gas suit. What the interesting spin we actually do have for this one.
Yeah, I do think so as well. I mean, live Tyson is always a bit more challenging, and falling objects even is one of the more unusual where you can't just make him sick. So that will be nice to see. I'll give you some Phanium audio for this one, for this first one. And we're right in. Phanium is starting Villa Staff.
Yeah, I think it is a good idea starting a bit of style. I can see it being the reason. So he's probably going to knock out the jacuzzi area where he's going to temper it there on. So that's the closest toilet. I think it's the only toilet of it, I do believe. So, but TimeCube starting in the little hut. That's a surprising pick, but we'll have to see how this goes. We love seeing 2 different starts from both players.
Oh, most definitely. I think it's very interesting, for sure. And as you said, drowning for Tyson, you either do the toilet, or what you can do is when you sabotage the jacuzzi, and like wait for him to sit down in the jacuzzi, you can also, there's also a drown prompt in the jacuzzi. So, but it has to be done in this room pretty much.
That sounds dateable.
Yeah. So looks like TimeCube is going to seek a Lamina, and then probably I probably would have guessed knocked around the bathroom. But I can't tell if it's faster because at least Phanium's going to get the looks like getting the gas suit now. As well as Steven's got his bodyguard as well, who is a villa guard, so you can just grab his disguise.
Indeed. It's a very interesting... I mean, that's also what we often see, right? Because Villa Start is quite a standard thing on Haven, but then you have this alternative isolation quite the other way around from the suit start. So you either start with Miller, but you also start with Tyson. But now for TimeCube, we have a rip through the window, and that is a problem. If you're not really careful there, you can get spotted here, and that is terrible for him.
I think that it was the guard, or was it the guy who usually goes in that little war scooter? It was one of those two, saw it. But yeah, that's an unfortunate rip from TimeCube, and now Phanium, he's got the gas, so he'll probably heading his way towards out of the area now, after knocking out the jacuzzi area with the what is it? Is it research? No, it's not.
Yeah. But of course that TimeCube quite a bit back, because I really think it's quite interesting to see the comparison of these strategies always on Haven. I love to see when both players attempt to go at it from a different direction. But as you said, just the rip, of course, is quite a setback. So yeah, we'll just have to wait what Phanium does. If he doesn't rip, I think he's looking quite good. Of course, if TimeCube has a lot of better strat, then looks different. But yeah, let's see.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh, he didn't get the Seeker.
Oh, the nice try. He wanted to Seeker the guard. He wanted to Seeker Steven's guard, so that Steven is then isolated. It was a nice idea, but unfortunately the guard sidestepped to the left.
But it looks like the guy's gonna investigate that, and he's gonna probably place a banana now. I would expect. Or is he gonna try to do it? Oh, isn't easy.
Did get him to the side, so I had to refresh there. Ooh. Oh, and now he's better be careful. He wrestled the bushes, guard turned towards him. Be careful not to get spotted, because he is an enforcer.
He's got to be careful with the guy as well, the Nezuko guy as well. This is pretty risky from Phanium right now.
Yeah, and that cost him a bit of time as well. I mean, not really, because... oh, and the guard didn't hear that. Oh, that is unlucky.
Tom Kimiwa has, I think he locked out Lamilla. Oh.
Yes, he has gotten that, and now he's working on kill number 2, or like set up for kill number 2. He's not gonna see, because Steven is also gonna see. Of course, that doesn't make sense here. He's and Phanium doesn't get a crime notice. No.
Yeah, that's the guy I was concerned about.
Yeah.
once you distract Steven, he will walk off doing his usual stuff, his little route. So that's the unfortunate part. And TimeCube, whoa, with that whoosh.
That is a very
That-
scary one. Yeah.
I hate hiding that boy in that. It's because of that female, honestly.
Yeah, and not also
That-
only is it scary that cause like people have ripped from this in matches before, so there is always a chance. It is quite risky to do this. Most of the time you're fine, but sometimes it's just gonna be really close, or it is gonna rip you. So, yeah. Now TimeCube is ahead because Phanium, yeah, now he has that 2-minute advantage. So it's gonna be very interesting.
The scalpel is inside the medical room. I believe it's in the cabinet, isn't it? I would have thought it would be.
Yeah, indeed.
So, meanwhile, I think Time's going to be waiting for Steven to walk off. Unless
Yeah,
he
he-
has something unless he's got something in mind.
He
Or he's
has
gonna
got something in
trigger it.
mind. He did get suited earlier. That's why he got the local
Keys.
instructor. That's what he got the keys from him. Because now you can give him the keys, and that means that Steven will walk on the coconuts a bit faster. So he can get that kill. He doesn't have to wait for Steven to get on with the conversation, but you can just speed him up a bit and then wait for Steven to walk under those coconuts.
I would play something or try to distract him like a coin, but of course, Tuppy doesn't have a coin. I don't think there's any coins nearby, so moving Steve and Steven for an object is very risky. And once you screw it up, unfortunately, that's a rip. I would have thought, unless you somehow. Oh no, he's got a loom over here.
Yeah, that's a great method. That's my preferred one. You can just do it like when Steven comes naturally, but of course with the scooter keys, Steven is now sped up by about a minute, so you could get that kill 1 minute earlier. And he did lose a chain lure, but he got him back again. So if you can chain lure him under the coconuts, he will have his first kill down.
Gets him chained up. There we go. Do you not get him?
Yeah. There we go.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
That looks good.
Okay, just. Oh, is he him? I think it's good.
Right, yep.
Yep, nice.
At the first kill down at 4 minutes 50. Of course, it's quite late, but of course, Steven falling object is a bit of a difficult one, and he does have the Miller already set up.
Meanwhile,
so-
Fame is gonna try again. Does it get this time? Does get that guard this time, making it not have a problem for later on if it does mess it up.
But we gotta
Good.
say that Phanium already has the gas suit and everything, so that just might be an advantage because he also really set up the jacuzzi room. He didn't lure Tyson in or anything, but it will eventually be easier for him. So even though TimeCube has a bit more of a 2-minute lead, I don't think it's over yet. Even if both don't rip, I think it could be quite close.
Yeah. So meanwhile, because he needs to get the gas suit, and then unless he goes for Tyson's kill and then go back for the Miller for the and then exit at the main entrance, then yeah. Well, Phanium has the 2 people knocked down in the jacuzzi, so once Phanium's ready, he can just need to do it. Yeah, he's gonna do the exact same thing with the keys.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he will do the exact same thing. I also had some coconuts later that he walks under naturally, but we'll see about that. But he did give him the keys as well. And now TimeCube, on the other hand, is working on his next kill by getting resort staff disguise for Tyson Williams.
Yeah, he's outside having a smoke right now, so just gonna wait for him for a bit.
Indeed.
So, yeah, it's a
Bit
little
annoying,
waiting.
yeah.
So meanwhile, Phanium wait for Steve, and he's gonna do what TimeCube did, lure him near that coconut. It's the point of Steven's option. It would be then the move trying to get him perfectly timed right below the coconut on his own private island.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, for TimeCube now has with all stuff disguise, of course, only makes sense that he's gonna go for Tyson first now, and then go for Luke Miller, cause yeah, he does have Luke Miller isolated, but the gas suit is in the villa, so he will have to go to the villa first anyway. So yeah, he's gonna go for that.
It's gonna get his attention, and he dies.
Just like getting the chain lure off properly the first time saves a lot of time. Cause otherwise you always have him standing around a bit with the question mark over his head. But it is quite difficult, especially in the spot. I can talk from experience. But Phanium does manage it quite well. But now I think the bushes took priority. He heard the bush rustle and the crowbar, but I think he should get him under here. Yeah, this time now.
It's just waiting for his investigation. Oh, and camera issues from TimeCube. He needs to take them out from where he's at. And oh no, he missed.
He missed the coconut. No.
No. Oh no, this is an absolute problem for him now. Oh no. Well, it's not over, but he can use the coconuts on his little island, but it's going to be very tricky.
Yes.
That is so unfortunate to see, and he's probably he's going to now do the Miller now, while Steven is on his little lockdown.
Yeah, because otherwise also he's gonna miss the timing of Miller, and you could argue that Phanium was even ahead, or at least tied, but I was really close. But now TimeCube is in a very precarious situation as well, because you don't want to be in that situation. And now that is the problem. That is the hardest part of TimeCube's approach. If you do that, then and be there in the trespassing disguise, trying to isolate that room in trespassing disguise is really hard. So it's gonna be reset for him as well, and that's getting back to square one here is a huge setback.
Yeah, it is so unfortunate to see. It's Phanium's way doing it is faster. And gets the issues. Oh no, it's just falling apart. This is not going well.
He rushed a bit too much. He moved forward too early in the range of the guard. After throwing, he should have waited a second or there in the crouch position. But it is I can tell you from experience. In the grand finals, everything is different. Even if you have when you start your RR journey, right? You deal with nerfs and stuff, and then you think, all right, now I can play without pressure. But then you get into the grand final, and that's all gone again. So. I can only envy these two guys. That's really difficult. But both back to square one now. So it's really even. So now it's basically as if those 12 minutes never happened.
Ragdoll. So I do believe Fame's strat or way of doing this is faster compared to TimeCube's. And since you need to go all the way to the villa and get that gas to Frames can get there, and then at least get System set up for later on, and it's easy to go up for later on since it's knocked out the two people in that room. Well, TimeCube has a little bit of a sticky one he has to try get them two knocked out, and that's what happened last time, and unfortunately did cause that rip.
Yeah, I do tend to agree with you. That's just I think an easier way of going about it. I think TimeCube strat is a lot more challenging and more more reliant on specific stuff that is not that easy. And I think just Phanium strat has the potential to be faster. I think we did see a lot of little details in both Phanium's and TimeCube's run that impacted the time quite a lot. So if they change that up a bit, because for example, Phanium's clear out here and the way down and the gas grad and the way up are all very optimal, all very, very well executed. So that just saves a lot of time in itself. But that's also dependent on that. So I would say that Phanium has a bit of a strat advantage, but depending on the execution, that could all change as well.
Oh, he's done again, has he? Oh no, he's...
Yeah, and while I thought about that, then TimeCube also missed the dart he wanted to throw. He wanted to shoot, that makes it also a lot harder as well.
He was trying to get that guard off, and it's the life going to investigate. Oh my! Crouch TimeCube.
It is quite difficult. I mean, he is trying now what Phanium tried earlier, to get the guard over here. But it's not only that you need to get rid of him, it's also that you need to disguise. So it's really quite challenging. And now TimeCube is literally doing what Phanium did earlier.
He does have an. I don't know if he has a banana or not.
I don't think he does. Because like
yeah.
Phanium did have one because he started in the villa, but TimeCube should be fine with knockout here. Yeah.
Front KO. It was a front KO, so someone will investigate. So you want to drop something before someone finds that body.
Yep. Not a problem though. Yeah. As long as you are aware that someone heard a side or frontal KO. As long as you're aware of that, like in situations like this, it's very much not dangerous because you can just do that, drop an item, and the lure will be stopped. Meanwhile, TimeCube now has the keys and will give them to Steven. Sadly, it didn't really save much time at all because this would also be the time that Steven would walk normally onto the island. So it's not perfect, but it's it's decent.
They're both pretty much the same area, so it's quite interesting to see how this goes. Meanwhile, TimeCube has already the Miller knocked out already in the beginning, while Phanium has everything set up for Tyson for later on when it comes to the last kill. So they're both waiting for Steve at this point to then lure. Hopefully, they can get the afforded object this time.
Yeah, they are really synchronized right now. And that just means, in my opinion, that Phanium has an advantage. Cause
oh no, he's been asked to. The guy's been asked to investigate, but I think he's just.
No, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. It's gonna be fine, cause he will walk away again. So, but yeah, they're now so much in sync. To me, that means that Phanium has an advantage, not only because they are like a bit, like TimeCube is further in game time, but also because Phanium has more setup already, because like all the harder setup done, as we talked about earlier. And now the shot in this time.
Yeah, both got
no
it nice.
problem. Yeah, wow, that was synchronized.
That's
good. Amazing.
That's Stephen Bradley taken care of.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That was great.
Yeah, they're both heading to the scalp, I would have thought. Yeah, but meanwhile, Phanium does have the gas suit. What is a good, but quite of an advantage this is.
Yeah, I think so too. Because wow, I mean that's just incredible time sync. But yeah, because as you said, like Phanium can now proceed to isolate Lumilla and kill her then. And the thing is, TimeCube has Lumilla isolated. That's his setup. But the problem with that is just that like isolating Lumilla is not the hard part. It's not the the part you spend time on. So now it just means that Phanium can get a second kill, while TimeCube has to go all the way to the villa and then back. And Phanium can end his run at the villa.
TimeCube's going for different results all this time.
Yeah, it's a much better one.
Yeah.
It's a bit harder to grab. And you need a Trank for this. So yeah, it's a bit more, as you saw, that Personal Trainer showed up quite soon afterwards. So, and if that is the case, then yeah, grabbing the sky is a bit more difficult. So, it's quite a bit harder, but yeah, well done. And now Phanium's gonna grab another banana, very useful tool, while the Miller is going to be sick.
So it looks like TimeCube's doing Tyson now, while Phanium's ready to go for the Miller Swiffer to go to the bathroom. Make sure you don't hold that legal item in your hand when the guard comes down, because it kind of flashes them.
Indeed.
Time needs to take out counters. We can take them out. You can take him out here. Just be careful on the way up as well.
Yeah, it's also one of the one part of that. Other cameras, he does need to take care of that. But as he has a pistol, that's totally fine.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Phanium's on the last kill. What is just taking care of Tyson William. He's trying to get this resort staff to try to get the coin lure, or main event to get the coin, but now he's gonna throw it now. There you go.
Oh, okay. Nope. TimeCube has a bit of a problem. Like this is the thing where he ripped last time, and he did throw a newspaper, but it didn't land in the spot where you could actually walk. So that is a nice sneak by. But
yeah,
now he's here, and now
he's stuck. Yeah, he's gonna be a problem.
Yep, and he's now gonna rip again. Yep.
Yeah, don't go in that room because of them too.
That is something you can do, but then you have to be able to proceed immediately to the next room. So like only if the guard is in a, the guard is in a perfect cycle and stuff. So it is really difficult. If you if you do not get for example, a Villa Guard disguise from the entrance and then clear out the room to come back later, which is not ideal from a time perspective because it takes so long, then it's just really difficult. It's definitely doable and there are some strategies, but TimeCube ripped here 2 times sadly, and it's so far into his run as well, and it's just really difficult.
Yeah, meanwhile, looks like he's replanning to the main one.
Yeah, but it's not gonna help him. And Phanium has so much of an easier route here. To be honest, even if TimeCube didn't rip, it has to be said. Cause like it's looking so good for him. He already cleared out everything here, so he's just legal here.
And just knock out his personal bodyguard. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, if that hits, very nice grenade.
Yeah,
Looks
nice.
like a grenade hit. So that's all he had to do really. Now he's Tyson's gonna go to the toilet. Phanium has to knock out his personal bodyguard, change his guys, and drown Tyson, and then that's been done. Or that's even better. Banana is great. That's the banana. That was a banana for. Phanium making real good use of the bananas on the map. I love to see it. Of course you could also sabotage the jacuzzi, but this making him sick is just a bit faster. You don't need to wait for the prompt. Very nicely done. Gonna change to Villa staff, and he just now can just run to an exit. Has to be careful of a few enforcers, but shouldn't be a problem. There's a key on the table here, and you can take the boat. GG's, Phanium goes up 2-0.
Nice. I was nicely done. Unfortunately, so a couple from both of them they had. But nicely played from Phanium. There we go. With the finish prompt. 2-0.
Yeah. Was a very interesting map. Both players struggled quite a bit, but understandably so. It was not the easiest of spins at all. There are a lot of easier spins on Haven, but I think they both managed quite well. And there we can also see the map picks in the overview again, for those who missed it earlier. So that was Phanium's pick, Haven, and now we'll be going to Mendoza, which is TimeCube's pick.
Quite the interest.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, how do you think TimeCube is going to do in Mendoza?
Mendoza, he's had a couple of strats I've seen his videos of, and honestly, the strats he has is amazing, and I feel like he's got a big advantage to this one he has. And Phanium as well. He's quite decent on this map, but I do believe TimeCube has a good advantage, and that's why he's chosen this map against Phanium. But I do believe, and you see the performance with how much time TimeCube's been playing and Phanium. Phanium has got nearly a 50-50, but we'll have to see after whoever wins this. He has 4 wins and 3 loses. That means he's played this 7 times. Well, TimeCube's been here 6 times, but has 5 wins and 1 loss. So it is a massive advantage to TimeCube. You can kind of see.
Yeah.
So.
Very much so. But both not the most played on this map, but even 4-3, which is still like a positive win rate, over 50%. For someone like Phanium, who's just normally wins everything, that still says that already says something though. That is, so it might be one of his weaker maps. That's why, TimeCube picked it first, of course. You want to pick the map that's best for you first, of course, before it's banned. So a lot of strategy going into those pick and bans. So I'm interested to see. But of course, besides all that strategy, it's going to be different in the actual play. So as you saw on the Haven, could have really gone either way. That Haven. So, but we'll have to just see what the spin is, how they perform. But it's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully we see something quite interesting. I don't want any annoying spins if possible. Being like a low elimination, that's quite well. If it's Don Yates, then it's kind of a bit tricky. I don't know if that's allowed in it. I think it's allowed that elimination.
Which spin again?
Low elimination for Yates. think that's allowed. I'm not sure.
Yeah, should be. I
yeah.
don't know everything on the top of my head, but it should be.
Yeah.
Pretty possible.
And from last revivals, the map record is for 3 minutes and 22 seconds, and by Moo. And if you're curious, that spin was, I can search up for you.
Yes.
So yeah, that spin. What Moo did was Don Yates' explosive accident as a bodyguard, and Tama, I think I phrased it right, silenced sniper rifle in the suit. So yeah, very quick one that was. But yeah, I'm hoping to see something quick as well. These two are really good players after all, so we'll probably see something very interesting to see how this goes. What are you hoping to see in the spin, Unini?
I mean, yeah, I think what we saw in the Haven was like kind of a spin that I like for a grand final, right? It's a bit difficult, but not obnoxious. So like spins like that, I think really show really like are fair to determine who the better player is, and like it's a kind of a balanced spin in my opinion. So, but of course you can't transfer map to map just like that. But I do hope for something that is, you know, hard but not obnoxious. Yeah, the details I'll leave up to the RNG. But yeah, question also goes to chat if you have what would you like to see. You know, feel free to discuss that. But we'll see already in under a minute what it actually is.
The only thing I'm hoping, well, either way, I think, well, over time, new strats that came in for like disguise were annoying. So, at this point, I really mind what's disguise we ever get for whatever kill. Back then, Chief Winemaker was annoying disguise to grab, but now I don't know who's done it, but apparently, recently someone made a video about it, and it's a new way of quickly getting it done. That disguise, it's very easy.
Yeah, it's a lot of, I can even know that, like, you know, some people love it, some people hate it, but I think
Agent,
there's a
get
lot
ready.
of strategy and like a lot of
Duel
new strategies
starts in
always coming
10
up.
seconds.
So it's really nice to see.
9,
I love that both
8,
players have nearly identical
7,
loadouts.
6,
And
5,
yeah, so it's your turn to take
4,
the spin. Take
3,
it, Unini.
2,
I will do, thank
1.
you. Don't knock
Eliminate
about
the
Yates.
target.
Tapas acts as Gaucho, and for Tamara Vidal we have Loud Explosive Weapon as Head of Security. Yeah, that
Alright.
seems interesting enough.
So Sepax is in the bait attic, so you can get Don Yates instantly out the way you could if you start Gancho. That's what I probably would do.
Yeah, if you do see TimeCube starting Gaucho immediately. Phanium did start, but is now replanning. Maybe had a quick change of mind that it can be like that. Yeah, especially nerves playing like that, and then you have a quick idea, but every second counts, so replan here. And I think Gaucho first makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah.
Because you do get that Don kill out of the way immediately, and then you can set up Tamara and, you know, get head of security a bit simultaneously. But also head of security, you know, it's really great if you can start with that. Like Phanium maybe does, we'll see. Oh no, Phanium is gonna start also with the Don kill, but he's gonna grab this Gaucho here.
So different grabs.
Yep.
I do believe, yeah. But Fame has to use the strength for that, so a bit annoying the part with that part. But meanwhile, TimeCube looks like it's going to try and head to the front of the balcony and then try and go to the attic, or is he just going to knock him out here? Oh wait, no, Sepax there. I thought it was in the attic.
Yeah, no, there was other. There's a lot of things up in the attic, for example, like the broadsword. But Sepax is here, so TimeCube is now gonna be yeah, it's gonna be really quick with his first kill. Needs to knock out. Oh no! He was just standing there too long. He waited too long, and then Don alerted her. Oh no!
Oh no, that is so unfortunate. And that is a massive advantage to VM now because of that.
Yeah, Phanium was a bit behind, but not too much. And like the strats are very similar. I mean, TimeCube strat seems to be like a few seconds faster, but it's not that impactful that a restart, like it can make up for a restart. And Phanium is gonna play the safe way. He's just gonna show the bottle. Oh my god.
Oh,
That sucks so bad, yeah. That's really smart from Phanium, I think. He's gonna do a bit of multitasking. Leaving the bodies there is a bit, can be a bit risky. The guy could see it, but should be fine. Very nice. No red guns. So yeah, it's just like a bit of time saving. He already blew up the guard while he kills Don. It's great time management from Phanium, and it's just looking really good for him now.
Yeah, so now he's head of security now for this one. Does he have any? I don't know if he's got a trank or is that a seeker. I believe that's a seeker, so he must be gonna seeker head of security unless he's got some other way of doing it.
Should be. I think he might also have a banana. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I think he will just come out sick, of course. That makes a lot of sense. Then he can set up the loud explosive in this toilet. Do want to clear the toilet of the guard and the other guy in the toilet though, because the 2-door rule. Then 2-door rule is in effect, and you can normally with loud explosive weapons you don't need to be that careful, because you can kill the last target with the explosive weapon and then exit with a 3-second delay. But a Mendoza, for those who aren't aware, the delay after killing the last target is 12 seconds. So, and that is definitely enough time for guards to investigate the explosion and find the body. So you need to be a bit more careful in Mendoza with loud explosives.
Yeah. Meanwhile... Oh no! Oh no!
Wow!
He got a close combat hurt by knocking off on the edge. Yikes, from Phanium.
Oh, that is terrible. That is... Oh, he had it already. I mean...
he nudged the guy and then he turned around a little bit, making it a side knockout.
Oh,
Yikes,
that is terrible. Yeah, Pink to see in the grand final. I think it makes it quite entertaining. Of course, sucks for the players, but man, yeah, that sucks for Phanium really hard. But yeah, of course, TimeCube now with a big advantage again.
Yeah, he's probably gonna knock out the bathroom again, just make sure what had not happened. What did Phanium did? Yeah, that was unfortunate. Not that guy. He turned around a little bit just so the science attack promptly went away.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's just so unfortunate, and you hate to see it, really.
Yeah.
And of course, TimeCube is now at the same spot that Phanium was a minute ago. Because they're doing very similar things, just like the gaucho grab is different. One starts it and one grabs it, guys. But in essence, it's the same. And they'll just do the same thing. TimeCube will also knock out these 2 NPCs here, and then the toilets are clear. Now just needs to grab the head of security disguise and exit. Yeah, we haven't seen a head of security disguise grab from either player yet, but I think they will utilize the banana.
Yeah, they have banana. They do.
Yeah, it's just one of those newer strategies that's really potent.
Yeah, so he's gonna get him over here, and then he's gonna investigate.
And if I'm not wrong, TimeCube actually invented the strat, so that would be nice if he could win the map with his own strat. I think that's really, really cool.
Oh no!
But he got spotted from the outside! He does not win with his own strat! He gets spotted doing his own strat!
No.
Oh, that's terrible! Was he a bit out of the, but to me it looked like he was hidden in the crowd effect.
Yeah, it was only for a few seconds, but he had to wait for I believe for a second as well, because a bodyguard just walked past, so...
Yeah, but the bodyguard didn't see him, but I guess he wasn't fully blended in? I don't know, I would have to watch it back,
Yeah, I believe
terrible.
He wasn't... I think he went too far back, he must have been, because the table should have covered him.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to go too close to... Because that bodyguard was walking past, because then you get spotted, and Phanium misses a seeker shot. What can be? But I do believe he should be fine if he has a banana. Oh, it's just not going well.
Wow. I mean, that is incredible scenes we are seeing here. I mean, it's not the highest quality roulette, but it makes for top tier entertainment. I gotta say, as a caster, that's kind of nice. But oh my!
But for them, it's stressful. Every rip they do, it's just more stress. Because they can't tell how far their opponents are, or if they have ripped or not.
Yeah.
What did?
I mean,
the
player this feels terribly bad. Sorry.
Oh, he was trying to get the wife bomb behind, but I guess
Yeah.
she was on the investigation, so just make sure that doesn't happen this time. TimeCube.
No, I think that's yeah. I mean, I don't think it really matters. Like the strats are so similar that doesn't really save any time. It just rips basically that decides this, and like yeah, like both rips. Like TimeCube had 2 rips now, Phanium 1, and I think all of them were quite unfortunate, and like all of them really sucked for the players. I can imagine. And yeah, but I just think might just be one rip too many because Phanium's looking really good now.
He's got the bodyguard as well coming as well from Phanium's side. So be careful.
Yeah, but that one was
it's all good.
fine, yeah. And that's the
There we
loud
go.
explosive. No one heard that, so yeah. TimeCube ripped at the last turtle. That is so unfortunate. He
Yeah.
was looking so good. Yeah, the last turtle that Phanium now took. Phanium now
Yeah.
looking downwards for the uninitiated. Yeah, he's trying to teleport Diana, and he
And there
did
we go.
teleport Diana. Very nice.
Yeah, and I can't see nothing going wrong for the last few seconds of this cutscene. So yeah, I do believe Phanium will be taking this.
It's very unlikely, yeah. Yeah, as I said, like, yeah, Phanium did get the Diana teleport, and now, yeah, for those who don't know, we have this acted as a Tango cutscene that lasts nearly a minute, and doing that, the mission is still active. So, if your body gets found, for example, then you could still lose Silent Assassin and the run, so you'll have to wait until we actually see the waiting screen. But as you said, I don't really see anything going wrong, so we will. Phanium probably will have this map and lead 4-0.
Yeah, just go see that Silent Assassin to probably sure. And there we go.
There we go. Yep, that's it. 4-0 for Phanium. I think both maps were quite close, quite a lot of rips. Could have really gone either way.
Score.
It could have also been 2-2 or 4-0 for TimeCube. So, really close final so far. I think 4-0, you know, still a lot of maps that TimeCube could come back on. Nothing is decided yet.
Yeah, but we'll have to see in Paris what's chosen by Phanium if TimeCube can come back. But I do believe we have 2 other people joining this time, and this is us to go.
Yeah, I don't want to take up any more of their time. You have, yeah, as you see, 6 minutes and 6 minutes on the next map, so we'll have plenty of time to talk about Paris. And yeah, maps 3 and 4, Paris and Sapienza, will be brought to you by OhShitMan and Adam. Please take it away, guys.
Hi guys. Adam, you there? Hi everyone, this is OhShitMan. Just waiting for Adam to. Oh, there.
Sorry
you are.
about that.
That was quite a ride.
Thank you guys. Yeah. It was amazing. I really enjoyed watching both of the maps.
Yeah, that Haven just looked very difficult for both players.
Yeah, it's a scary spin.
And yeah, how do you think they solved it?
47.
Yeah, they both managed to do pretty well. I think it was definitely not easy, and can't tell they're both pretty skilled. They're both strong.
I was kind of devastated for TimeCube on Mendoza, but
Yeah.
like just a heartbreaking way to rip and lose the map. It's the one strat that he has, you know, he's got so much experience on it, and he just doesn't hide properly in the crowd.
Yeah.
That must hurt.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
So we're going to Paris next.
Yeah.
Paris. Yep. Which looks like it's chosen by Phanium, so I think he definitely got the advantage here.
Yeah, statistically he has, but I mean, Phanium, it's not his most played map, but I know he's quite good on it, and I mean, TimeCube has a positive win rate here as well. Won 4 times, lost twice. So, not all bad. I know TimeCube is very good in Paris as well.
I think a lot of players are good in this map, mostly because it was like the first one of the game.
Yeah. It is one of my favorite ones, and it is such a wonderfully designed map as well. Plenty of opportunities for the targets to move them around and manipulate them. Fun disguises and yeah,
This
does
map
tend to be
made me buy Hitman.
yeah, right. I have fond memories of playing Paris before I started this whole roulette racket. It was exciting, wonderful, weird. Loved it.
Are they both doing different spins?
Yeah.
Looks like they're
Now,
practicing.
for the spin, I kind of hope we get something that isn't just like fireworks and kill the targets fast. I want to say,
something interesting.
yeah,
consumes
something,
poison.
yeah, or yeah, something complicated, something that makes them change their default loadout. That'd be cool.
Be some melee kill with the Vampire Magician on Viktor Novikov.
Yeah, we saw Phanium just now practicing how to get Victor to go up in the attic. So he's probably prepared for a Vampire Magician kill on Victor. Yeah, what should we talk about else? Like,
Well, that's awesome. I mean, we can speak about the map record, which is held by Froti7 in this tournament, actually.
yeah,
It's
that
2
was a
minutes
wild one.
22 seconds. Like, it's 2-2-2.
Yeah.
What was the spin even?
Oh, I can't remember. It was fairly simple. It was a fireworks start. He killed Victor almost straight away, and then
Oh, I
got
got it.
Dahlia down to the
There's-
yeah, down one floor.
Pistol, tech crew, weapon elimination as security guard.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, very good.
that
Can
is.
it even be broken, man? Like, is there any other possibilities of it being broken?
Oh, sure there is. We'll find something. We always do. I mean, these records, they just keep getting faster and faster every tournament. And just finishing, like, doing your planning, loading in, doing all the both the kills, and then exiting in 2 minutes 22 seconds. It is fairly crazy.
I don't think he needed anything to bring in this one. Just like default tech crew start, and then like he got the pistol anyway, and maybe some melee item, maybe crowbar.
I remember it was a really tight photo finish as well, so his opponent did it almost as fast.
Oh man, yeah.
It
was I like Hitman, yeah.
Yeah. It was a really exciting match. It's the one where Gorg
Agent,
had
get
all
ready.
the sound effects with
Duel starts in 10 seconds.
That part wasn't
9,
that exciting.
8, 7, 6,
Right? The spin.
5,
Should I read it
4,
up?
3, 2,
Sure. Victor
1.
Novikov will be
Eliminate the
killed
target.
with... Hey, you got your wish. Consume poison as Cicada bodyguard. Dahlia Margolis shotgun as tech crew. So this is not going to be a record spin?
Yeah, definitely not.
The consumed poison will... What are we looking at there? 4:30 or something?
Yeah, I think 4:30 would be the ideal time.
Yeah. I think...
I think that'd be photo finish because you got way enough time to do both kills.
Yeah, except Phanium has already loaded in, and we'll see.
So
Yeah.
basically, they just need to poison the drink, then go immediately for the Dahlia kill. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see different strats here. Probably the same strat.
I'm guessing that... I mean... I know there are some ways to kind of speed up the consumed poison kill by like making Victor's route shorter and having get rid of some of his conversation partners, but that is very specialized knowledge, so we'll see if any of the players do that. I doubt they're gonna do it.
I think it's risky.
How TimeCube is starting tech crew. So he's going to kill Dahlia. That's gonna.
I mean, he got enough time. He got enough time to go for Dahlia
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I don't think it would matter what you do here, because as long as you poison the drink before he drinks it,
Yeah.
and you've got plenty of time to kill Dahlia and then go down and poison the drink.
Exactly.
You do have
What
to
matters...
pick up the recipe though.
Yeah, the recipe, exactly. What matters is who's standing in the doors while he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But TimeCube starting tech crew makes me worried that he forgot that you have to actually read the recipe before making the drink.
Mm,
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. But
I think he knows that. I think he knows
yeah,
that.
I sure hope so. Yeah, yeah. Of course, he would know that. He is a finalist.
Yeah, and you probably like try to prepare for all sort of kills in the map, like that especially your opponent picked. So
Yeah, I see what. How they're both doing the same thing now. They're
Same
at the same
strat,
place, and that makes perfectly sense. That perfect sense to get her while she is meeting with her assistant Sophus.
yeah, you can take him out of the way. Got half of your problems dealt with.
Yeah.
Sometimes the lock won't hold.
This kind of looks good for both of them then.
But where's the shotgun for Phanium?
That's a good question. Oh, he
Oh, in the attic. Did he
flashed it
forget
in the attic. Yeah, right.
Oh.
No, I think he needed to get there before the meeting ended, probably.
Oh yeah, rushing the isolation. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Well, so what Phanium has left is basically he needs to kill Dahlia, and TimeCube needs to just get a disguise. No, wait, yeah, get a disguise
Yeah,
and
to poison
poison the drink.
And then switch to the tech crew.
There's like nothing risky for any of them left right now.
Yeah. Unless I mean,
Wait, what is?
can you poison the kill in any other like disguise apart from the?
TimeCube looks like he might be in trouble because he doesn't have the recipe. And look where
Oh, is he ahead?
he does not know that you have to. Wait,
Oh, actually,
did he?
I think
Did he pick up the recipe?
Oh, he probably started in the kitchen, but we didn't see
Oh, I missed that start because I was looking at Phanium. Okay.
it. Me too.
Yeah, sure. Well, in that case, we're gonna be looking at
Pretty
the
much
photo finish
given.
then. This is definitely a photo finish. So since Phanium is ahead in-game time, that's probably gonna be.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. So Phanium will take this map then.
Targets are down.
And that's the other kill.
Now head towards an exit.
Even though they do have to calculate the photo finish, this is gonna be Phanium's map then.
Yeah, I think Phanium took longer. I mean, shorter planifications.
Yeah. He planned for. He just loaded in basically.
Yeah.
But
That's
with to keep things clean, I'm pretty sure that there are photo finishes that need to be calculated. So, or let's just see what the admins say here.
Yeah, the admin saying Paris has ended in a photo finish. Please stand by. Phanium pressed done 14 seconds earlier.
Yeah, that is definitely Phanium's map then.
Yeah, like he could just probably calculate TimeCube, and then if he doesn't make it to the 14 seconds, like it's
Yeah,
it's GG.
he didn't load for more than 14 seconds, so
I think it's safe to assume that.
there's like really no chance of catching up.
It'll probably most likely be 6-0, and then we'll be heading to Sapienza.
So we're seeing the TimeCube now, probably right. I'm waving. Yeah, yeah. He's saying that he don't need to calculate the photo finish.
Makes sense.
Cool. So we are off to Sapienza. That's one of your favorite maps, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I definitely like Sapienza a lot. I think it's pretty interesting because it's the first one that we have inside like an entire town where you can do a lot of stuff. You got the lab is a pretty interesting part as well.
Yeah.
I think when we did have like the virus condition, it makes it even harder for this map to be played.
I quite like that. Like for a few maps that are
Score
quite big,
0,
there
6.
always tends to be large areas of the map that you never really go to, and that's not really the case for Sapienza.
Yeah, that's
you
definitely true.
You do often end up in the church or yeah, and you always have to go down to the caves to kill the virus.
Yeah, I mean even in the sewers, if like you need
The red
what
plumber, yeah.
plumber, yeah, the plumber, or
Yeah,
maybe
so
the stores where you get like the store clerk from there, like the disguise. Yeah,
yeah, the cyclist, the delivery guy.
yeah,
You
too
just end
many
up having to
disguises.
travel all over the map, and it is quite exciting. You have to have like a full stash of strategies on the ready.
Also,
To
it's interesting how you can like uh, get the hatchet and like not the hatchet, I mean the old axe, and then move it, get it through the entire map. And did they add it like you can put in the briefcase this time, or
yeah, that's
that
I'm not
changes
a
it?
huge fan of
Yeah,
that
me neither.
change because I quite liked this challenge of how do I carry an old axe across a square.
Yeah, especially since you need probably a suit disguise or a trespassing disguise. I mean, an illegal disguise, I would say.
Yeah,
You need for the kid, and you're trying to make your way to Franny before the 2:30 mark, and you kind of don't want to go back to the church just because of the accent.
yeah, exactly. So like something like priest old axe or red plumber old axe,
Ooh.
you do want to traverse with the old axe. So yeah, that's I'm not a huge fan of the suitcase change because the not being able to carry it in the suitcase added a really interesting challenge.
Yeah, another thing I'm not happy about is the when they changed that you cannot use the same dart for the camera and the seeker. Like make it the third dart, I would say.
Yeah, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense that you can
It does
interchange
make
the
sense.
darts. So,
It does make sense, definitely.
well, we should talk about the players. So,
Yep.
Phanium is 50-50 on this map, actually, and he hasn't played it that much either. So, and TimeCube, he has 5 wins and only 1 loss. So I'm guessing this might be one of TimeCube's stronger maps then.
Most likely, yeah, and he definitely chose it. So
Yeah. I see from the
also,
map record another map where 47 got a record this tournament actually. So 4
is
minutes 19
Phanium
is fairly fast for Sapienza.
definitely, man, especially with the virus. Yeah, is
Yeah.
Phanium on match point? Is he?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So if he wins this one, he is a 4-time RR champion
that's
instead
sick.
of a measly 3-time. I mean that player is that guy is just too strong, man. How,
He is.
how
He is.
are we gonna
Definitely.
compete? So yeah, TimeCube hasn't been playing for that long, but he has really showed himself to be an amazingly strong player. So this is pretty exciting. quite love that he's in the finals right now.
Bro, look at that grab.
Yeah.
Like the folding knife grab. Bro.
I think it's really interesting that Phanium, he always practices quite heavily while waiting for the spin. While most players, they just relax at the loadout screen waiting for the spin, he always he's always on it.
Yeah, this is his relaxation.
Yeah.
I got 1 minute left.
So yeah, I'm kind of hoping to see. I'm hoping to see something that makes the standard 230 Francesca isolation kind of not useful, like something
Execution, maybe?
that makes them think of something else. Yeah, electrocution would be cool with a PI if they get to show off something like the PI lure or something like that. For the uninvited, PI lure means that you wake up the private investigator and Francesca starts moving. Simple as that.
Prepare
Yeah, that would be
yourself.
great.
Duel starts
should I
in
take
10
this one?
seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
9, 8,
Alright, so spin
7,
gonna be here in
6,
3 seconds.
5, 4,
And we got
3, 2.
Silvio Caruso
1.
must be eliminated with
Eliminate
a
the
folding
target.
knife disguised as a mansion security. And Franny Desari must consume poison to death disguised as a butler.
The folding knife. The only one I can think of is down in the caves. Are there
the
other
one that
folding
Fanny
knives?
was
No, that's a
practicing.
combat knife.
The
Oh
one
yeah,
that Fanny was practicing, that's the folding knife.
Isn't that the combat knife?
No, it's the folding, I think, pretty sure.
Oh. Yeah, I get to mix up.
He's
So
gonna go for it, definitely.
So consume poison, that's just throw the virus sample.
Yeah.
That is kind of boring.
So they can do
Very
it.
low risk.
I mean, yeah. Also, butler is allowed, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at that grab, man.
Oh man, TimeCube, what are you doing? This looks cool. Oh, this is very cool.
Ooh.
It's just right out in the open. That is a fantastic grab.
Phanium was literally practicing this.
Yeah, exactly this folding knife grab. So I'm guessing that since it doesn't have to be a live kill on Silvio, I'm going to guess that TimeCube's just going to knock him out and go get the folding knife as mansion security, because then he's allowed to carry it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, actually.
But is Phanium gonna be faster?
He can definitely be faster. He can,
Since
like,
he's
just-
already got the setup for.
That's
He's
really-
already got. Oh my god, he's shooting leaves and it's stopping bullets. That is a powerful tree.
I'm gonna have all my clothes in leaf.
Yeah. So TimeCube is killing Francesca
Make
and
sure you
grabbing
change
a. Yeah, that is
There you
crucial.
go.
And
Target
he
down.
had
Next
decided he had to run away from
Silvio Caruso.
getting the disguise.
He can take the disguise from where he's gonna isolate Silvio. Like,
Yeah,
there's gonna
of
be at
course.
least 2 cards there. Yeah.
That's probably what he decided to do instead. Then he's
Makes a lot
quite a
of sense.
wait for Silvio though. He was all the way over by the golf.
And there goes Fanny. Oh, is he gonna take
Yeah.
that card? Okay.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Wait. Okay. Here you go. Yeah,
Well,
now
this is looking
got-
very good for Phanium, to be honest, because he already has that folding knife, and that grabbing the folding knife adds quite a bit of time to the spin.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna jinx it or
Perfect.
anything, but this is looking very good for Phanium.
It was perfect, man. He doesn't have a throwable, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is.
He can do it with his arms. Let's hope he doesn't.
Oh, that guy's gonna wake up.
Ooh.
No, no. Oh my God,
I
he
don't know.
made it in time.
Quickly do it. There you go. Nice. Well done.
Oh,
Now
wow.
it just needs to shoot the virus. The sniper.
I was
And
hoping for
that's
kind of a more of a challenge for Phanium, to be honest.
Yeah, looks like a clean sweep here. Oh, he's doing the EMP, which is even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do have a non-piercing sniper, shooting the virus is not a high risk.
There you go. And that's it.
My God, Phanium, what are you doing? Could have at least given him one map, you know?
GG's, dude. GG's. That's amazing show.
Yeah.
Look at his in-game
Score,
time. Look at his
0-8.
in-game time.
Jesus.
Amazing. Really amazing. Was that a record spin? Or?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to how much time has passed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there goes the admin confirmation, and looks like it's 8-0 for Phanium, and yep, amazing job, well done, congratulations.
That was an amazingly fast grand finals.
Yeah, very much
Jeez.
so. Thank you guys for casting those two maps. Yeah, TimeCube also now finishing, but it unfortunately just a bit too late. Yeah, there we have it. Phanium 8-0's TimeCube. Haven't had a sweep in a while. Also, great performance by TimeCube though, especially the first two maps were really close. And I think even though the result is 8-0, it doesn't quite reflect the performance. And yeah, of course, nerves are always, especially in the first grand final, nerves are always a big factor, I can imagine. So also big shout outs to TimeCube. But of course, congratulations to Phanium. Anyone else want to say something about the match?
I mean, for this, yes, please.
Please go ahead.
Sapienza, I think that I feel like the one thing that set Phanium apart from TimeCube was that he went and grabbed that knife. Because TimeCube played excellently. Just Phanium happened to pick up the kill method first. And
Definitely saved him a lot of time. Definitely
yeah.
saved him a lot of time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's great. I think it's perfect analysis. Really sorry for David and SpottheCat. Sorry guys that you couldn't weren't able to shoutcast, but
blame Phanium.
Yeah, blame Phanium now. We'll make up for it next time. But now we have a winners interview. Should be no, that did not work. Phanium disappeared. No, I tried. Okay, there we go. Hello, Phanium. Congratulations on winning RR11.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it, man.
Well done.
So yeah, awesome performance. Let's ask my co-casters first here. Who wants to ask a question?
I got one. I've got probably two.
Go ahead.
How, before this match started, how do you feel going against TimeCube? Did you feel confident, or did you worry about anything? Did you?
I felt scared because if we got like super difficult spins, he's obviously better at that than I am, and I'm better at being able to be fast on easy spins. So luckily we got a lot of easy spins, which helped me get going at Paris and Sapienza. But the Haven and Mendoza, I think, were nerves for him that caused him to rip as much. So I don't know. I just feel good about it, you know. But it was kind of shaky at the beginning.
All right, and I got another one if that's okay. And how do you feel after being TimeCubed? Because it was a very good match from both of you, honestly. And yeah, How do you feel after being TimeCube? This one.
It feels kind of bittersweet. Obviously we're pretty close in the community. We actually even practiced yesterday together on a stream. So yeah, it feels bittersweet, but I'm glad I can win. And he's a hell of a player, man. And I'm just shocked I swept him. Not gonna lie, it was kind of a crazy result in my opinion.
Yeah, you two played amazing. You two did. Anyone else got questions?
I got a question. First of all, congratulations, Phanium, on your great victory. Definitely deserved, man. How did you feel? We seen you practice the grab of the folding knife before the Sapienza spin. How did you feel when you saw the spin having the folding knife in it?
Oh, I was so hyped. I'm like, hell yes. I just did the prep for it. But the only thing I forgot was to bring the briefcase down to make it faster. But I would have probably got the record then. But that's pretty much it. I'm happy with the result, and it was a sick grab. So
Yeah, kind of touching on that. How important do you think was a pre-map practice? Because throughout this entire event, every time before the spin is live, you always practice something that's a little bit technical on each map. So how important do you think that was throughout your entire tournament?
I feel like you need like a refresher course every single time you play a map, and the hardest things are usually like the Oscar Lafayette grab, a niche thing like the head of security grab from TimeCube, stuff like that. So when I practice that, I'm under the impression that I'm probably going to need to use it, and it's very difficult to remember how to do it without actually performing it before the map.
Yeah, that's really well said. I definitely look forward to your future at RR events. And yeah, well played here today.
Thanks, David. I appreciate it, man. Go Dodgers, by the way.
So yeah, now that all of the serious questions are over, you are clearly on performance enhancing drugs. Which one and where can I buy them?
It's called Monster Energy, and I think at like your local gas station. So
Nice.
Monster Energy has to be illegal in Europe. There's no way.
It's only like 200 milligrams. Come on, now.
Not like what's in there is legal in Europe.
Yeah, we can.
I did have
Yes?
one serious question, Phanium.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and again, congrats for winning. Like after you have like a horrible rip, like that one on Mendoza, like what do you do in your mind that helps you recover?
As I said last tournament, actually in the same interview, I have a memory of a goldfish, and that comes from my past in basketball where I miss shots and stuff like that. So I just instantly forget about it, except for on Haven. Haven, I like pride myself on being super good, so I was pissed off every single time I ripped on that one. But besides that, I just feel like a goldfish, man.
All right, feel like a goldfish, yeah.
Also, sounds like a good strategy then. Yeah, but yeah, I think first map especially were really close and could have really gone either way. So yeah, the cast of what viewer would have loved to see some more maps, but of course 8-0 is an amazing performance. So congratulations from me as well. Yeah, if there's no more questions, then do you have anything to say, Phanium?
I said this last time, but I'm gonna revoke it. Danny, you are not the GOAT, buddy. See you.
All right, then yeah, thank you, Phanium, and yeah, huge congratulations again on winning RR11. Your I don't know how many consecutive title. Yeah, really, really well done, well deserved.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
And that's it for RR11. Quite a quick grand final, but that's how it can go. And yeah, I really want to emphasize again. Thanks everyone for joining me today for the cast. Nezuko, Osh, Adam, David, and SpottheCat, especially, even though they sadly didn't get a cast, but yeah, we'll take care of that next time. And yes, throughout the tournament, yeah, a lot of casters, a lot of admins putting in effort so every single match can happen. And thank you, of course, to all the players, without whom nothing of this would even have the importance or the feel to it. So, and of course, every viewer as well for making RR so special every time. And yeah, that's really it. That's the wrap on RR11. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you again for RR12, which is gonna be in August, in 3 months. Well, more like 2 months, but still. And yeah, hope to see you all there. And in the time between, there's lots of other stuff you can do on our Discord. And you crave more Roulette, then the next season of the Roulette League will start again, where you can play casual ranked matches or just matches against friends. So I can recommend that as well. And yes, thank you everyone for joining me. And that's it for today. Bye bye.
Thanks
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.